My husband and I have been together for almost 15 years. In that time, I have never cheated on him, nor has he, as far as I know, cheated on me. We have a good relationship and love each other very much. A few months ago, I got a new coworker named Dave. He's a very nice guy, a few years younger than me, and undeniably attractive. I was attracted to him instantly. In the months since Dave started, he and I have become rather close in a professional sense. We work on projects together, often eat lunch together, and have a good, solid work friendship. We talk a lot about non-personal things like workouts, books, movies, etc., but not much that is personal. He knows I'm gay and married, and I know he's single, but I don't know whether he's straight or gay. Then, about a month ago, Dave invited me to work out with him. I had been telling him that I was trying to gain muscle and lose weight. Dave has been an avid gym goer since he was a teenager and knows much more than I do about good workout habits and routines. So, with my husband fully aware, Dave and I started working out together 2 to 3 times a week. This only made my attraction stronger. Dave and I would leave work, change into workout clothes at the gym, do our routines, and then shower and change together when we were done, like many other male friends working out together. Now that I have seen him naked on numerous occasions, I find myself thinking about him more, and not in a platonic way. Now, I was content to just let it go at that. I have no intention of ever cheating on my husband. I have had sexual attractions to other men before, as has my husband. We are both well aware that loving each other does not mean we can't find other guys sexually attractive. Also, even if I did want to cheat on my husband, I don't even know whether or not Dave is A, attracted to men, and if so, B, attracted to me. Then, the other day, I was talking to a longtime friend of mine. I told him the same things I mentioned here. I also told him that I had no intention of telling my husband, since I had not done anything inappropriate with Dave, nor had Dave ever indicated he would be open to that if I had tried. My friend, though, insists I have to tell my husband. He says it's different than past sexual attractions, though, for 2 reasons. 1, Dave and I work closely together almost every day. 2, Dave and I work out together, and because of that, see each other naked in the locker room and gym showers on a regular basis. He says that not telling my husband, given those 2 things, would make me inconsiderate. He says that I'm spending enough time with Dave, including time unclothed, that I have to be upfront and confess to my husband that I am attracted to Dave and have some non-platonic feelings for him. So, Reddit is my friend, right? Edit. Thank you, Reddit. I've read every response, even the ones I didn't reply to. I have not, nor would I ever, cheat on my husband. But people brought up an emotional affair, which, honestly, I had never considered. I can't say those people are wrong, though. I just didn't recognize it for what it was. I accept my judgment. I'm inconsiderate, and I accept that. I'm going to talk to my husband this weekend and put some distance between me and Dave. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. You're the idiot. Wow, you're literally inches away from some porn fantasy come to life, and we're supposed to believe that you'd never go for it. That's a lie if I've ever heard one. You're acting as though you're just sneaking glances at Dave at his desk and having short what-if daydreams about him. If that were the case, I might be able to find it acceptable if you didn't tell your husband, since nothing is happening here, and it's just a confession that you're maybe a little creepy. However, you are infatuated with this man and getting closer and closer to him. Your husband deserves a say in whether or not he trusts you in this type of situation, and I believe you're not telling him because you know he would be uncomfortable with this. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Affairs don't start with sex. They start exactly where you are. You claim to be committed to your husband, but here you are spending as much time as possible with a man you're attracted to, as well as fantasizing about him. You should have distanced yourself from him the moment you realized you might be attracted to him. You're playing a dangerous game of rationalization because, in my opinion, you're already cheating. Don't lie to yourself. You'd jump into bed with him if he came on to you. You might think you wouldn't, but you would. If you love your husband and are committed to your marriage, come clean now and cut off this guy. If you can't bring yourself to do this, let your husband be free to find someone he deserves. Comment 3. Yes. If I were you, I would leave the gym, reduce interactions with Dave to strictly work, and the bare minimum, tell my husband that I am attracted to Dave, and also tell Dave why I am distancing myself from him, and establish a strong boundary. The emotional energy leaking from a relationship becomes obvious sooner or later. Even if your husband does not know and cannot pinpoint it, he will subconsciously start feeling the difference. Let it go, friend. It's not worth it. Say goodbye to Dave whether or not your husband asks for it. That's what both of you deserve. Now, for the next story. I, 30-year-old female, was in a relationship with my ex for 2 years. We lived together for most of it. He has 2 daughters, 8 and 6, from his previous relationship, and they used to visit every other weekend. They are nice kids, and we got along great. But as my ex started dumping more and more parental duties on me, and even got custody renewed for 50% of the time, I started feeling exhausted and trapped. He refused to listen to my request or concerns, basically saying they are my kids too, I shouldn't complain about them, etc. Then he went on a fishing trip on the weekend his girls were here, without discussing it with me. I was tired of his behavior, and as soon as he got back, I left him. This was 8 months ago. Thing is, I used to be the breadwinner and caregiver in the relationship. I paid most of our bills, and since I worked from home, was the primary caregiver for the girls. My moving out left him in a scramble, especially since he can't afford bills or afford childcare. Yesterday he called me saying how he hasn't paid rent since and is in debt since I left him. I told him it's not my problem anymore. He said it was because of me that he took 50% custody. He never asked me, and now his ex refuses to change it back. That I should at least send him money to make payments so they aren't evicted. That I owed that to him and his kids who saw me as mom. I told him while I loved them, neither they nor he was my responsibility. I told him not to bother me again, and he called me AH for not caring about the kids. Am I the idiot? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. This isn't your responsibility. Helping wouldn't make you a good person. It would make you an enabler and the willing host to a parasite. Thing is, I used to be the breadwinner and caregiver in the relationship. I paid most of our bills, and since I worked from home, was the primary caregiver for the girls. My moving out left him in a scramble, especially since he can't afford bills or afford childcare. Then it sounds like he definitely qualifies for multiple kinds of assistance, and his choice not to pursue that is his choice, not something you did. I, 30-year-old female, was in a relationship with my ex for 2 years. We lived together for most of it, got custody renewed for 50% of the time. His kids, who saw me as mom, he has 50% custody, and he had less before that. They don't see you as mom. They see their mom as mom. I'm sure you had a good relationship with the daughters, but this is pure emotional manipulation. Also, he's not asking for you to spend time with the daughters. He just wants your money. Don't get conned like this. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Basically saying they are my kids too. No, they aren't. At all. He said it was because of me that he took 50% custody. He never asked me, and now his ex refuses to change it back. LOL, look at that. His childcare stopped being accessible, so he doesn't want to have to parent as much. He can't afford bills or afford childcare. That's a him problem, not a you problem. That I owed that to him and his kids who saw me as mom. They have a mom. This is manipulative AF. You did nothing wrong. Yes, if your relationship had progressed, it would have been a different story. He showed you who he was, and you opted out. And his recent comments cement you made the smart choice. Comment 3. Wow, that guy took the concept of baby trapping to a whole new level. Disgusting. OP, don't feel bad, and if you can, block the guy. You might also want to talk to the children's mom, because what your ex is doing is not okay. Making you out to be a mom to the kids, having you do the whole childcare, and putting the financial burden solely on you. I fear what kind of BS he might have told her, not the idiot. Now, for the next story. A few days ago, I, 22-year-old female, was sitting with 2 friends, 20-year-old male and 21-year-old female, for lunch at our university. The topic came up about how one of my previous managers had been creepy and would touch some of us women at work. I mentioned how the manager had sent me into a panic attack one day after coming up from behind me, slinking around, grabbing my microphone that is attached to my shirt between my breasts, and then proceeded to talk directly into my chest from about an inch away. My male friend, who I will refer to as M, immediately asked why I had my microphone there in the first place. That's where they attach for all employees. He was implying that doing things like that is okay at work, since he was the manager, and that I had no right to be upset and should have expected it. I was shocked that he had the nerve to say that and explained that in no instance is it okay for a manager to touch a worker, especially without permission. My female friend, A, agreed that it wasn't okay. M kept going and aimed his comments at me for being upset in the first place. I admit I got heated and said that if he keeps defending men who touch women and saying sexist things, no woman will want to be with him. Eventually, the conversation changed. That leads to today. I saw M and tried to say hello. He didn't say anything, so I figured he didn't hear me. I went over to him and he told me to go away and leave him alone. I was confused and didn't even know what he was upset about. He told me I insulted him. I was confused because he never told me he was upset, and the last time I saw him, everything was fine. Later, A told me that after I left the table the other day, M expressed how mad he was at me for saying what I did. She stood up for me and told him he can't just say things like that, and that I had a right to be mad. Now everyone seems pissed at me, but no one is upset at M for what he said. Am I the idiot, AITA? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot, but if you continue being friends with this dude, you will be. He's a sexist. Homegirl. He's the kind of guy who gets butthurt when a female calls him out, not because of the harsh truth, but because females aren't supposed to talk back. You daring to disagree is an insult. Anyone with half a brain would know you can't talk into someone's chest, and even those with a quarter brain would openly take advice on, "This is why you're not getting laid," from women. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You're definitely correct. I'm guessing the attitudes are coming from the fact that you took a high-level conversation about appropriateness at work. I know it was a specific anecdote, but it was in the context of a larger conversation, and made it personal by saying that no one would date him. And I'm guessing that really hit an insecurity of his. Comment 3. Not the idiot. What your manager did was sexual harassment. I would consider losing M no loss at all. Hopefully, if he tries that stuff at work, he will get fired and/or face a lawsuit against him and the company. Those types of employees are the reason why many employers make employees read and sign no sexual harassment policies and undergo formal training. Good for you. Now, for the next story. I'm going to a charity gala and bought tickets for me and my wife. She wants to buy a dress for the gala, and I said, okay. She then asked if she could buy a few dresses to try on and only return one, and texted me screenshots of 4 dresses, which cost about $280 each before tax. She said she wanted to order them in 2 different sizes. I said fine, pick 3 dresses and order those. That seemed like a lot of dollar to float on my card and a weird way to shop, but whatever. She then asked, at each store, and got upset because she wants to order 3 dresses in 2 sizes at every store and have them delivered. This seems silly to me. It would involve thousands of dollars, which I have, but still tied up in tons of shipping costs. I told her to go to the mall like everyone else and asked her who shops this way. Her response, via text, women shop this way. Am I the idiot here? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1, she's 100% correct. Depending on the dress style, I am anywhere between 3 different sizes. But wait, if it's designer sizing, I have to size up 1. Sometimes. But wait, there's more. I'm tall, so even if a dress fits my body, it may be several inches too short. And depending on how they cut the dress, one size may be too small to even zip, but the next size up looks like a potato sack. Who knows? Oh, and to add yet more insult to injury, you have no clue what the dress is going to do on your body until you try it on. It might cling in all the wrong places. It might be sheer. It might gap in very awkward spots. What looks fabulous on a model specifically picked to show the good points of the dress may look catastrophic on someone else. So when I order clothes, I get multiple sizes in various styles, cross my fingers, send up prayers to various deities, do a good luck dance, and hope that I get one decent-looking piece of clothing. I track that shipment, and I'm ready to try on everything the day it arrives, so I can make sure I get everything back in the box and sent back the next day. My husband, though? Oh, he can order his usual size and be just fine 90% of the time. Once in a while, a shirt is slimmer cut or looser cut than he anticipated and he has to exchange it. No, he doesn't order from the same places or same brands. He just sees a shirt, orders his size, and he's good to go. Comment 2. No one is the idiot here. It's understandable she wants to shop this way, but it's also understandable if it makes you uncomfortable. This is how I shop. I just did this trying to find an outfit for my brother's wedding. I don't think she should order so many at once. I personally would start with the top 2 in 2 sizes and go from there. But that is just my personal opinion because it freaks me out to have so much money tied up. This is how a lot of women shop, especially post-pandemic. Some online stores cater to this. Some even send out multiple dresses for a flat fee and give you a return shipping label to send back the ones you don't like. And then the flat fee you paid is applied to the cost of the dress you decide to keep. Comment 3. No one is the idiot here. Women do indeed shop this way. The only thing that bugs me is the environmental impact, but I don't see a way around it. You need to see which one fits better. Go to the mall? You have a mall still after COVID? With actual dresses appropriate for a gala? Not just an H&M and a Gap? Congrats, I guess. Most malls are struggling and wouldn't have more than one store that might work. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.